Hello. Hello, everyone. We're live. Yes, we are. So, that was an interesting video the other day. I watched it. What I did, the diminished scale, for those who are interested, that is a really cool scale. I thought I'd end tonight with something on guitar with that. But, yeah. And I'm excited to do this. Anyways, I thought I'd just talk a little bit about the guitar. This is my Charvel. I really like this guitar. This is this is like a Strat copy. They call these Super Strats, and this particular type of model was really created from Eddie Van Halen. All these types of guitars are modeled after what he changed the whole paradigm for whole rock concept and guitar player. But in the name of progress, right? That's what they say. So yeah, this is my Charvel, and this is a 24 fret instead of 22 frets. It's 2 extra frets. It's got a recessed tremolo bar, so it pulls back and down. And it also pulls up. And I don't use the locking nuts. I actually think they sound better. But really, who's brought this type of guitar back, and I think who's done miracles for Charvel, is Guthrie Govan. I mean, these particular guitars are, I think, popular. This Dinky model, I think it's called. And Guthrie's just amazing. I mean, he's a phenomenal musician, phenomenal guitarist, in a class by himself. But this is these necks. This is a roasted maple neck, so they roast the wood in some kind of oven, and it takes all the kind of wetness or liquid out of the wood, so it kind of dries up, so it's more stable, so it doesn't warp. It has a doubled truss rod in it, and the truss rod's here on a wheel, so it's very convenient. And what else can I tell you? This guitar. Oh, this guitar has an interesting feature. So it's a regular, 5-way switch. The 5-way switch basically means down here, all the way, that's the bridge pickup. And that's just this humbucker, right? And then when I switch it up one, it's this one and this one. This single coil and this single coil. And then I put the middle, and I believe the middle is just this. And then I go to the next position, and that's this and this. And then the last position is this neck pickup. And so this has an interesting thing with the tone knob. So if I click it out of the notch, then the tone works. So it's essentially taking out of the tone off of it. So here you can hear what it sounds. And then here's where the tone rolled off. See how warm it is? And when this is clicked all the way on, and it goes past that notch, it bypasses the tone knob. And the reason why they did this is to pay homage to the Van Halen concept, which is Eddie Van Halen never had a tone knob hooked up. He just had a volume knob. And with just the volume. But then again, as years went on, he ended up making a guitar that had many pickups. So, these necks are really, I mean, they're beautiful. They're like, I mean, you really can really get in there with your hand. You know, you're not obstructed from anything. I like this tremolo bar. These are locking tuners. They have this little thing that locks here. It's not a locking nut, it's just the tuners are locking. So it helps for some of the stability. And then keeping the tremolo so it doesn't go out of tune so much. I mean, I go out of tune, but not terribly, you know. Like, if you're a person that has not enough springs in the back, I suggest you put more springs. I play 11 through 52 strings, 11 gauge strings. So I play heavier gauge strings. So I need the springs, but still the way that I have it set up, I don't have it, you know, tightened all the way tight so it's forward a little bit, just a little bit. It should almost look flat here, but just a little bit forward. That's kind of probably the best place to have it. And then have that balancing act where you should be able to do flutters. These are called flutters. Right? So this, when you have the springs in here and you have that balancing thing with your tremolo, like trying to work it so it's balanced, there's a reason also to have more springs. A lot of times people will complain that one of the bummers of having a floating bridge or a recessed bridge for it to go up is that because the thing's going, when you're bending it, it's going like this. So it's causing the other strings to go a little flat. So there's ways to mitigate that by, you know, kind of resting your palm of your hand here. So when you do that, you're just kind of balancing out the weight. Right? But also, I don't have that problem as much because I find that putting more springs in the guitar stabilizes a lot of that problem. Doesn't make it go away completely, but so that's another good reason to have more springs, I think. And then, you know, clean the nut here. I think that's really important. Keep that kind of clean from periodically, from time to time. And if you have string trees right here, these things, make sure these are not too tight and that they're oiled or lubed. There's this stuff called, what is it called? Nut. Oh my God. Nut grease? I mean, it's really, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. Nut. Something like that. But yeah, so lubricate. Anyway, so I thought I would, we went over the diminished scale. So here, on guitar, that can look like, so if you play a dominant chord, E7, right? Right? 12th fret. All it is if you go to the 12th fret and you're basically going 4, 2, 1, right? 4, 2, 1, 4, 2, 1, right? And And then the next one, symmetrically right underneath it, it's then 4, 3, 1. And then 4, 2, 1. And then 4, 3, 1. And then you have to move up a half step, and you continue the same pattern. That's all it is. And then this moves in minor thirds. So you could take this up. So half, whole, here's a half. Here it is again, same scale. That's one position of it. You can make chromatics with that stuff too. Flat 9 chord. Same thing. Yeah, so there's and then there's different ways, different fingerings that you can patterns you can make with this. So over your flat 9 chords. Yeah, so there's that scale, and then I thought since we reviewed over in the past couple weeks, we've gone over all the modes. There's 7 notes, there's 7 modes. The Ionian mode, the first one, is actually the major scale. And then the second one's Dorian. Third one's Phrygian. Fourth one's Lydian. Fifth one's Mixolydian. Sixth one's Aeolian, which is also the melodic, natural minor. It's the relative minor off your 6th degree. The 7th is diminished, or minor flat 5, and that's Locrian. And then we're back to the 1 again. So all the modes are there. So I thought I'd go over some other licks, some just sort of like pentatonic, bluesy type of things. So when you have there's E minor. That's where my minor pentatonic is. The same position where my relative minor is. Or my Aeolian mode, same thing. And so some people were asking me about chromatic and how I look at it. It's basically an easy way to do this or work on it is with your pentatonic scale. When you're playing, start like this. Just a whole step away, make that chromatic, so go. Okay? So that's a good way to work on that. It just helps to get you into getting some chops with some chromatic stuff. Because a lot of people are worried about a wrong note. You know, there's an old adage that if you hit a wrong note, the good news is you're a half step away from the right one in any direction. So all you have to do is just head in either direction a half step, and you're good. But more importantly, don't worry so much about playing a wrong note, because we all play wrong notes. Everybody plays wrong notes. It happens. That's how you learn. And it's what you do with those wrong notes. Hit this note right there, right? That doesn't fit the scale, but I could go, right? Or right? Sometimes it's where you land. Sometimes you want to stay a little bit outside, right? That works. All that is I was just major seventh. Just outlining the diatonic notes within the keysen. So if I was here, hit some of the chromatic going up. And just keep bending. Here's your major pentatonic. Here's your minor. Major. The major is, if you know any Gershwin, that's Someone to Watch Over Me. major, and then minor, major,